Hi there, I'm Luca Paris, and you're on a culinary journey. And for those of you, unless you're living on a rock, don't know the gentleman to my right, it's Dan Mitchell. That's right, the Dan Mitchell. How you doing, Dan?
Very good. Thanks for having me here.
Hey, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
And our culinary journey today is about appetizers. And if we get lucky, we'll drink some beer at the end. So some great appetizers like Asian lollipops, and we're going to do a Mediterranean tapas trio. And then we're going to finish it off with some Greek meatballs. Those are all great. Dan's going to help me because there's no way I'm going to get all this work done in the short amount of time we have. So Dan, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, your culinary journey starts now. Hey there, and we're back. So Dan, we're going to be making Asian lollipops. You going to give me a hand with this?
Sounds good.
All right. So Dan is the host of WKBK's morning show, right?
That's right. WKBK's Good Morning and then open mic from 9 to 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You and I have been doing our cooking show. What's Cooking with Luca for,
8 years.
Is it 8 years, 9
March,
years?
March of '01.
Yeah, been a long time.
Yeah.
So it's nice to actually come over here to do this with you instead of you always coming over to my place.
Exactly.
Although I think I was led here on false pretenses. You said we'd have beer right off, and now you say, if I cook and help you, then I get beer at the end.
Exactly. It's the whole carrot before the horse
It's like
thing.
being married. Just,
Well, Dan, what we're going to make is an Asian lollipop, right? And basically taking chicken, and we're going to make it look like that, just like a little lollipop, right? And it's going to be easy to eat because we don't have to deal with any
that's a chicken wing, or is that a
that's
thigh?
That's called the drumette.
Okay.
That's the wing part. Well, you got that little wing part like this, and then you got the drumette that attaches. It's a very complicated show, Dan. You got
It's like a chicken thumb.
Yeah. It's
So okay. All right.
So that's what we're going to do. First, you're going to make part of our dipping creation that we're going to do a liquid or a wet and then a dry. So we're going to do panko breadcrumbs and sesame. That's what I'm going to put together. You're going to put together some mayonnaise, some spicy Asian sauce. This has got a nice bite to it, so you make it as spicy as you want, and some eggs. So you start putting that together.
Now, could you use Miracle Whip for this? Because this is
no.
Somebody out there from the Midwest
No.
was telling me. No. You know, Miracle Whip. I love that stuff.
No miracle.
So just put in as much as I want?
This is why I've always done this show by myself.
This is why he's never wanted me to be here.
Exactly.
Is that enough mayonnaise?
That's perfect. So stop there
Okay.
with the mayonnaise. Put both eggs in.
Both eggs?
Yep. And while he's putting eggs and mayonnaise in there, I'm putting just a little bit of sesame oil and sesame seed in my panko. Oh, here you go, Dan. Watch
I was
this.
going to say well, that's very nice. I was going to whip it into the sink.
And we're going to put a little cayenne pepper because it's not hot enough, right? And we'll get that all together. Now the sesame oil on this is going to make this a little bit wet. There you go. There you go. Good team.
How much of this stuff?
As much as you want. You're the man.
Who's going to be eating it?
You and those
All right.
folks over there.
All right, so let's put a lot of that right in there.
All right. So.
Shouldn't I have an apron?
No.
I was going to wear my
You
Red
put a
Sox
lot.
apron.
You put a lot.
Well, you
in
said
there.
to put some in there. I
That's
didn't
a
know how much.
All right, this is going to be fun.
Is
We
it
should get
supposed
the
to be
beer
this
on
color?
now. Huh? It's supposed to be that color. Now, what I'm going to show everybody real quick, let me bring it over to the cutting board, is what a drumette looks like beforehand. And then by taking a paring knife and holding on and cutting the tendons right at the top of the drumette, you cut around, you're going to cut the tendons, and just pull down. Let's see, let's make sure we cut them without cutting fingers off. That's always, well, that's good for ratings, isn't it, Dan?
Now, what's the seasoning? There's something already sprinkled
Here, I
on
just
here.
put.
Have they been marinated a little?
They've been
or?
marinated with a little extra virgin olive oil and fresh herbs, so you could start from anywhere. But there you go. You got to kind of get all the meat down to the bottom. You got to make sure you get all the tendon cut, and then pull off the top a little of that meat. And this will get fried off, so you don't have to take it all off. There's some fat on there too.
So that's
And
basically
what
the
your-
handle.
That's your handle. So
All
when
right.
you're giving them out at a party, you really don't have to do too much work. You don't have to come up with toothpicks or anything like that.
When you're giving them out at a party, do you say, "Oh yeah, I cut the tendons away"?
No,
or
I don't. You think?
You didn't say anything.
Would you
about
say that?
No.
So here's our dipping sauce.
I didn't
It's
taste
all
it
wet.
first.
You want
I
to?
know that but good chefs are always supposed to taste.
You gonna
everything
taste
they
the
make and
raw
stuff
eggs? You
like
good
things,
with that?
Huh?
You good with tasting the raw eggs? Have fun. There you go.
Is this going to be so hot that I end up
I hope
spinning
not,
all over the...
because we're going to have to eat it later.
That was pretty good.
There you go. And then we're going to just dip this in here.
All right.
That's our wet. Like if we were doing, let's say, chicken cutlets, right? We need
Sure.
an egg bath, and then we need a dry, and then we have our sesame seeds on this side. So there we go. We got all these going.
Now, if you were going to the grocery store and you're going to order these, just you ask for drumettes, or can you just buy like a bag
You
of
could,
drumettes?
you know when you buy buffalo wings or wings
Sure.
to make buffalo wings?
Yeah.
This is exactly what you get.
Oh,
You
okay.
get the drumettes, so that part that everyone finds easier to eat, and then you have the wing part that has the
Right.
2 bones kind of separating, and then that's the part that's a little more difficult to eat. So let's get that in our
But you could
frying
also
oil.
use those parts and do the same type of dip. They just wouldn't be a lollipop.
Right, exactly, and this is the whole idea behind the lollipop technique. Whoa, hey, look at that. I went ahead, start asking me questions. I forget what I'm doing. We'll
If
just get
people
the-
don't have panko breadcrumbs, they could use just the regular breadcrumbs. I mean, obviously these ones make it very crispy and
Well, it's
kind
the
of flaky.
whole Asian concept.
Right.
Panko breadcrumbs are an airy Asian breadcrumb. They're a Japanese breadcrumb. So they are all about that. Here, let's just do 4 of those, because then we'll do some more off air. We'll do 5. What the heck? Get some more in there. All right, so this is how simple these are, right, Dan? This is the first
Very
of
easy.
our 3 international appetizers. The second one gets even a little more complicated. Hey, we need some tongs. That would be good.
Now, what sort of oil are you using
This
that
is
to fry
this
them?
is
It's just vegetable
this is
oil?
a blended oil. This is just a blended vegetable
tongs
oil.
are hanging right
there
there.
you go, buddy.
See, that's why you have me here.
I think so. And we're just going to fry them on both sides. Look how nice this is coming out. Nice golden brown. And you smell that, Danny?
The
smell that-
smells very good.
Yeah, it smells
Now,
very-
Do you have to
very
use a
Asian.
thermometer or anything as far as the temperature? Because again, not using one of those
No.
electronic plug-in fryolators where you can control the temperature.
Now,
This is sort of-
what you want to do is keep this on medium heat and let it kind of get to that golden brown stage as
Okay.
far as when you're cooking. If it's your first time cooking with frying oil, I highly recommend a nice thermometer that works in oil, just so you can stay around that 325 degree mark. But if you're used to it, I mean, you just want to get a fry in it, and it's almost like a pan fry. Let's get this one that's kind of coming off. Now this one goes in the oven.
I was going to say that was quick enough to brown the breadcrumbs, but probably not to cook the chicken.
And not to overcook the chicken
Right.
or overcook and brown and burn the breadcrumbs. And that's what we don't want to do. So we have our lollipops in. It would take a couple of minutes if we did all of them. You get about a dozen or so. You have a couple of people coming over. When we come back from our break, we're going to make a Mediterranean tapas platter, which is really interesting. And then at the end, we're going to make a dipping sauce for this also. And these Greek meatballs, which are really incredible. So don't go away. We're going to be right back. Hi there, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I'm here with Dan Mitchell, host of the Good Morning Show. Good Morning Show?
WKBK's Good Morning.
There you go.
Open mic. People
Open mic,
refer to it as
yeah.
that.
You've been doing that for a long time.
Matter of fact, in June, second week of June, 27 years.
27 years.
Started out when I was 7.
Talk about
So-
job security, huh,
Yeah.
Dan?
Well, I'm just not very ambitious. Same radio station, 27 years.
They have to sell out for you to move to a different company,
Or
right?
something like that, yeah. Or do something terribly, terribly wrong.
All right, Dan, what we're going to do next, we did Asian lollipops. So we're doing a little international theme going on here with appetizers if you haven't allowed people over the house. And what we're doing next is the Mediterranean. And you know me in the Mediterranean. I'm staying away from Italian with you today.
Because they invented everything. So.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is 3 parts to tapas. Tapas are the Spanish version of light appetizers. In Greek, they're called meze, or these light little dishes. In Italy, they're called food. And in Spain, they're called tapas. And tapas are basically that. And they were invented by, sherry used to be a big drink at these little tapas bars, right? And it would be outside, but it was so hot that flies would be flying all around. So some guys said, well, we're going to just put a plate on top of the sherry. Well, what happened there, the plates were kind of boring by themselves. They put food on top of it and started selling food. And lo and behold, you have tapas, which means on top. And that's what we're going to do.
Very good.
Small little appetizers go with it.
All
We have
right.
3 pans here. What you're going to do is make us Mediterranean flatbread. You're going to dip into our garlic oil here and use my ariosto. And then just like Michelangelo, paint with a brush, flip it over, do it again, and do it to both of them.
All right.
All
And
right.
then sprinkle that on after.
And then this is your oil first, and then sprinkle on your ariosto seasoning.
And then flip it.
And then flip it, and then do the other one. How's
All right.
that? Sounds good?
I think I can manage
What
that.
I'm going to do is get our olives started. So we're going to take a little bit of olive oil to start.
It's like painting my deck.
Exactly.
Been doing that a lot
It just
lately.
tastes better at the end, though, Dan. So We'll get olives, and Kalamata olives, when they're heated up, have this great, great flavor with some fresh herbs.
Just a little bit of this, like
yeah.
that?
Can I steal the fresh herbs from your side real
You
quick?
may.
All right, thank you, sir. I'll just put them right here. We're going to put some fresh thyme in here, and I'm going to put the whole leaf, the whole stick in too, because I just want to get all that flavor in there. And then I'm going to chop up some parsley to put in here also. And again, the olives are just going to be simple, heated up, warmed up, because you really don't have to cook them at all. We got some fresh parsley, and we're going to chop some shallots into that also. How are we doing over there, Dan? Good?
It's not rocket science, Luke.
All right,
I think
well,
I'm all right. I say that, and then you can look and go, no, you were supposed to do something else.
Yeah, well, that's because I haven't told you to do it yet.
So this is something like the kids could help with, too.
Well, that's what's great about cooking in the kitchen is it's getting your kids, getting your family together. Making those flatbreads a lot better than buying potato chips. I mean, it's some great flavors. And you can put whatever you want on them. Let's say you like garlic and vinegar. Put garlic and vinegar, or salt and vinegar, or all these flavors that you usually have with potato chip. It's a great way to go.
You notice
All
I
right.
didn't say my wife could help me do this.
Yeah, I know. Well,
This is how Lisa would do the brushing on of the oil.
like.
No, she doesn't cook a lot.
All right. So in these other pans.
I didn't mention I don't have cable at home,
No, no,
right?
no.
So, no, honey, that's not on tonight.
Well, you know what we're going to do,
Something's wrong
Dan?
with the TV.
What we're going to do, Dan, we're going to also make our chorizo sausage, which is another one of our items that we're going to do is chorizo, some green pepper, and we're also going to add to that some shallots and a little diced tomatoes, some really nice flavors. So chorizo sausage in the pan. What's great about chorizo sausage is it's already pre-cooked. You don't have to do too much cooking. So again, we're warming up. This whole thing is about making it easy on us. We don't want to do too much work. Where two guys like Dan and I could do this and still have a beer.
We're busy
How's
guys.
How's that beer working anyway? Did you hear about it at all?
Have we seen it?
No, I don't know.
I might have just arrived. You
It
promised me
could.
beer.
I did.
I'm going to
So
go on
we'll
strike.
See. We'll see.
I
how
work
it
cheap, but
goes.
I still want to get paid.
There we go. We got
All
some
right.
shallots.
Now, do I need to cut this?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Let's bring it over to the board. Bring it up here,
All right.
and I'll cut it
How's
up
that
into
look?
pieces. So what do you like? You like long strips like
Sure.
that?
Now, if I was to buy this in the store, what is this called?
It's a lavash bread.
Lavash.
It starts off as a lavash bread, and then we're gonna bake it to make it a Mediterranean flatbread.
And I would find this in the same section, like with the wraps and those sorts of things.
Exactly. Actually, here we could even make little chips. You know, if you like nachos or those type of chips like that, you could do different sizes. We'll put this on the plate. We could always hit it up later. So we're going to shut off our olives because those are pretty much done because we just want to warm them. And then what I'm going to use is the same pan I cooked the olives in. Here, let's put these on this plate. We'll bake them off during the break. And we're going to get those in the oven right now. Now, the thing about this lavash bread, right? Do not forget it in the oven. It'll take you 5 to 6 minutes. So if smoke starts coming up right now and this whole place goes off, it's because I forgot it. So.
Now, earlier we did the thing with the oil with the chicken lollipops. With that hot oil, since you already had that on the stove, could you have dropped that bread into that oil and it would have fried up okay or not?
You want to do Asian bread?
Well, would it make
You know
it
what?
Asian just because it went into Asian oil?
Well, possibly a little
Okay.
sesame
All right.
seed.
Well.
Hey, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if frying that in there would have been the best thing, but you know what? I would be willing to try. Okay, we got some peppers and onion. This is let's say a Spanish version of sausage and peppers, right? So we got all that going on. Let's get that over
Be just like
here.
the one at Fenway Park, except you could charge like $12 for it.
Don't they charge $12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on where you get 'em.
They don't have to do it. They charge anyway. All right, let's get a little bit of baby spinach on this plate. And then while we're waiting for our flatbreads, let me get this over here so that this way they could see that pretty well. While we're waiting for our flatbreads, we're going to make our shrimp. So Dan, can you get us the shrimp? And we're going to actually use the same pan we're doing the olives in. And we'll take out our thyme. And there we go. We got some nice Mediterranean warm olives. Those are absolutely beautiful.
It smells really good too.
Yeah. Now that same pan, okay, we did olive, shallots, herbs, right? So basically it's olive oil. Why dirty another pan? That's the way I'm thinking.
Right.
So we're going to go right in there.
That's
and
the way
we're gonna
guys
make our
think about
shrimp.
anything.
Pretty much, because we have to clean them up later.
Could have made eggs, and the next minute grilled cheese, and by the end of the day, you could put some hamburger in there, and
You're thinking like I am now. It's the
pan
way to
stays
go.
on the stove all day long.
So we're going to let this kind of settle in. We're going to add a little bit of cilantro to both of these. Kind of carry over all the same flavors. With the shrimp, though, we're just going to get these in here. And this dish will cook super quick.
And you don't have to season the shrimp or anything first, just
No.
put them right in?
Just Just put them right in. Now the other thing that goes great with this too is a little bit of lime. Now, you know, when you're at home and you're talking about timing, you know, you don't need to do these all at the same time. What you could do is cook one, get it all done, if you have a lot of people, and then warm it up later. It warms up rather quickly. And all you have to do is put it in the oven for a couple of minutes. Because we're hungry and we want to eat right now, we're going to do it all. Let's check our flatbreads. I want to pull them out so you guys can see where we're at. They're not done yet, but we still can't leave them alone. And they're just starting to curl up just nicely. So.
And at any point, do you have to flip them over, or because they're on that type of a pan, they're getting heat from both sides?
We've done that aerated pan.
Right.
It's going to be coming up from on top and up on the bottom. You shouldn't have to do too much. Okay, so what we need for here, we need a little more shallot. And in this one, we're going to put some garlic in there too. So take my little garlic spoon. Always make do with what you have. A little bit of sherry wine. If I did that right, I'll get one of those right there. There's nothing better than a little flame. All right, so our chorizo's done. Really simple. We've caramelized the chorizo, and if you get a look at that, see all that nice brown, dark caramelization. We're going to get some nice sugars out of that. And then to our shrimp, we're going to add two last ingredients. Well, except for the salt and pepper, which we need some salt and pepper. What I found with chorizo sausage, though, it's also got a little saltiness to it. So I tend not to add too much salt to that whole dish that's right in front of me. The olives, same thing, have salt. They're in that salty brine. I try not to add it to that either. But I do want to add some tomato and salt to our shrimp. We'll just throw a tomato in. All right. We need a little garbage hole right there, don't you think, Danny?
Now, could you do the same thing with like scallops instead of shrimp if you had a fairly good sized scallop?
Oh, without a doubt.
Same thing? Since this is just like an appetizer.
Without a doubt. Scallops would be a great appetizer. I also like to grill scallops. And for people who are probably watching one of my other shows, I made a great shrimp and scallop dish not too long ago. That came out absolutely beautiful. Some fresh cilantro. Now, cilantro, with cilantro, what I recommend to everybody is chopping it up when you need it. All right? You want to chop up the cilantro, add it in the last minute, and chop it up when you need it, because it really does let off all its flavor right away. And you don't want to lose any of that flavor. So we're pretty much done there. Our shrimp cooked quickly. Our chorizo cooks quickly. Let's see how we're doing with flatbreads here. Well, they're taking a little longer than I expected. That's great. Well, let's plate this part. And then we're going to go to a quick break. Maybe we'll find some beer when we come back. So we have a little bit of...
It's like a treasure hunt. My dog's trained to find that stuff, too.
Is he really?
My dog, sure.
You know, in Italy, they train dogs to find truffles, and you train them to find beer.
Isn't that the difference? In America, they find beer. Over there, they find old mushrooms.
So
which dog do you think's more valuable?
We have 3 different appetizers. We have our warm olives, we have our chorizo sausage, we have our shrimp. When we come back, we'll add our flatbreads. We're going to make that dip, try some beer, and if we have time for the rest of the show, if we don't drink beer the rest of the show, we're going to create meatballs. All right, let's see how it works. We'll see you in a culinary minute. Hi, I'm Luca Paris, and we're here at your kitchen store with Dean at the Gadget Wall, one of my favorite places. And you know, like you don't know what the temperature of the meat should be, or you're checking out, you're making candy or what have you. Well, thermometers, and it is amazing the variety of thermometers. And Dean, from simple cooking thermometers that I find in my chef coat to really elaborate thermometers, there's a wide range.
You bet. This most basic one, it's got a large dial and easy to read. The sleeve that you hold it in will tell you what your meat temperature should be. So if you have any doubt, it's always right there as a handy reference. Quick and easy. You can put this one into your oven. You have a probe that goes into your meat. This sits outside the oven, and then it will tell you, you can have it count up or count down for how long you want it to cook. You can set the temperature, or just set that you have a beef poultry, and it will automatically go to the right temperature, and it will alarm will a sound to tell you when it's going off. And this one actually is a remote one, so that you can carry this piece into the living room or out into the yard, and it will say, your meat is done in 5 minutes.
So when you're watching the game on Thanksgiving and you get your turkey going,
yes,
you can still watch the game and know when it's going to be done.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So there's a wide variety of thermometers, again, from candy thermometers to that. And I tell you, I've made my best roast because of this man's thermometers. That's our Culinary Minute. We'll see you soon. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I'm here with Dan Mitchell, And I'm pouring a lot of oil, Dan. What do you think? Is that a good
Is that
amount?
for meatballs?
Yeah, we're
Deep
going to
fry
make
the
some meatballs. We're going to fry them up. We're going to do this Greek-style meatballs. But look what we have.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. It's just the magic of television. Here, let's have it. There you go. All right. So what I'm going to do is create the meatballs. So what we have here, let's bring it all back for a minute. We got our chicken lollipops that you're going to make a dip for. So we'll dip them in. We have our little Mediterranean tapas where we have our flatbreads that go along with it too, right? So we talked about those.
Those are the best flatbreads I've ever seen.
It's because you made them. There you go. There you go. Enjoy that one. It's for you to taste, nice and hot. And what I'm going to be making is our Greek meatballs. So you start with the dressing. I'll start with the meatballs, and I'll talk everybody through everything.
I know
okay?
this is a great set, but is it one that the beers open themselves?
No, I don't think so.
How does that work?
Don't you use your teeth, though? There you go. There you
These aren't my car keys, they're Luca's.
Are they really? They're somebody's. All right, so what I'm doing is just a traditional meatball mix where I'm putting some salt, pepper, eggs in there, a little bit of garlic. You like garlic, Dan?
Love garlic, lots of garlic. Oh, yeah.
Tell me one.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that's fine.
That's a lot of garlic.
Hurt people in the audience.
All right, wait, hold on.
So I'm not
Let's
really
put
going to
some
eat
more
this
meat.
stuff.
No, you're not?
Oh, no, I might.
Oh, come on now. We got our Ariosto spice. Why don't you put in your mayonnaise.
This is mayonnaise.
Sesame seed, ginger, lime zest.
Okay.
We're going to grate both of them. A little bit of that sesame oil, some brown sugar, dry mustard, and cayenne pepper. That's going to be your dip for the dip. All right. So
now how many times I've made this dip?
How many?
Never.
Never.
I have
And
no
this
idea
is your
what I'm
first
doing.
time. Well, that's okay.
Gotta watch
I
the
got
cayenne
my
pepper.
eggs, my garlic, and my breadcrumbs. That's all I really want to get in there. And I really want to get working that with my hands because that'll be some great flavors. Let's put a little more salt and pepper in there.
Remember what I said about what I did with the grater at home?
Yes.
My
You're not
thumb's
gonna do
almost
that
grown
here,
back.
right?
Jeez, I hope not.
So do I.
Good
No.
news is we did find my piece of thumb at home.
Wow.
Okay.
This is why I don't let anybody else cook on my show. There you go. All right.
Guarantees all the food for us, though.
Yeah, exactly.
All I gotta do is yell "ow" and it's all over.
All right, so I'm leaving the meatballs relatively simple, not a lot of herbs in it, because we're going to be putting on this nice oregano, parsley, scallion vinegar over the top of the meatballs. So now we're going to make these little meatballs, little round meatballs, just kind of get a nice little ball in my hand. They don't have to be perfect. We don't want them to be perfect.
Now, who invented the meatball, Luca?
Some American guy.
Might be Chef Boyardee.
You, yeah, possibly.
You have no
Maybe
idea
I
how
should
mad that
keep-
makes him when I say that.
Yeah,
Chef
I know,
Boyardee.
The Velveeta king over here. All right.
Oh, that's what we're missing.
We are. We'll have
As
to
the
do-
appetizers. Hold
You know
on.
what?
I think
Where
I
you
saw.
going? No, you didn't. Get back here. We
Man,
didn't
right
see-
in Luca's fridge.
Are you
He
serious?
picks on it all the time. And I looked in there. I'm like, he's got some
Did
in
you
his fridge.
Did you put that in
I don't
there?
know how that got in here.
You
I
put
almost
that
just
in
wiped
there?
everything out.
I've actually never.
So where are we gonna? You've never had this?
I've never had
You've never
Velveeta
even
in my
tasted
life.
it?
No.
Did you know it has less fat than regular cheddar cheese?
Okay.
Well, it does.
That's just great.
I'm not getting paid to do this at all.
I know. Go ahead.
You've never really had Velveeta.
Oh, this show's just gone on. It's all over. There you go. We'll
Now,
start some of that.
now this is a culinary journey.
I can't
look at
do it, man. I know it doesn't even.
What other cheese gives you that flexibility?
It doesn't even bend correctly.
We can put that right on the.
Wow.
Look at that. Now we're cooking.
All right.
Oh, I forgot what I put in here.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I got just a
Gotta
little
put some
drizzle of the
sesame
oil.
oil.
right?
All right,
That's
this is
really
what we're gonna do. I'm gonna fry up these meatballs on this side, right, Dan?
Yep.
And then I'm gonna get this in the oven in a second. But before I do that, I'm gonna make our little vinegar concoction. It's gonna have a good amount of vinegar in it and olive oil, but it's about the vinegar. It's almost like one of those really tart sauces with a lot of greens on it. Can I have my Velveeta knife, please?
Sorry about that. I
Thanks.
messed
No,
it up a
that's-
little bit. Notice how I handed that to you. Now for the ground beef, that's just ground beef, but could you use like the combo when you have the ground beef,
Oh,
ground
sure,
pork,
you
or
could
something
do
like
just
that. Ground
about-
turkey,
right.
which is a little more healthy maybe.
We could do just about anything we want.
Because you
on
know I'm all about the healthy.
there. Yeah, I see that.
Is this the way it's supposed to look?
That looks beautiful. There's our dip. All right, we'll chop some scallions. You got to get this nice and green, this vinegar.
Sorry
All
if
right,
I
so
just taste this with my finger.
go ahead. We've done everything else possible on this show, so we could do that. How's the beer, Dan?
Am I
How
allowed
come
to
you
drink
didn't
that on
try it?
TV?
Yeah.
Where are our glasses? Oh, we don't have
You
glasses.
don't need glasses.
I don't want to drink alone.
Okay. Well,
That would be bad. What time is it?
you're gonna well, it's whatever time people are watching the show.
12
at.
o'clock somewhere.
Is it good?
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, we're gonna get some nice chopped herbs in there. We're
It
gonna get
needs a
some
little lime zest.
hot pepper. Right?
Really fast.
I'm working on it. And then we'll get that going. So listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna drink our beer, and we're going to get those lollipops warm, or chorizo, clear all this. We'll get this beautiful dressing on top of these cooked meatballs with some feta cheese, and then we'll watch a game.
Very good. Big TV.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, sounds good.
Great, so we'll be back. Don't go away. Hey there, we're back. Dan, we're almost done. Look at that, huh?
Those are some little meatballs.
Yeah, well, that's what they're all about. It's that bite size, perfect bite size. You make a whole bunch of these, you have everybody will be really, really happy. So we'll take that little vinegar dip over the top of them, and right after they're fried, you put that vinegar right over it.
Sizzles a little bit. Nice.
Just get some nice flavors and all that fresh herbs. Remember, we didn't put any herbs in the plate, right? Or in the meatballs. And then we'll just put some feta cheese over the top of that. Where are the beers, buddy?
Right here.
All right, so we did it. We did
That was fast.
appetizers. Asian lollipops, right? We got
Yep.
our little dipping sauce you made. We have our Mediterranean seafood trio, and we have the Greek meatballs. I'm going for the Greek meatballs. You're going for
You
the
forgot
scallions.
the Velveeta, and he will make it look pretty. We'll put a shrimp on it. Now which one? That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And-
yeah,
and
no,
again-
it's kind of scary. Well, man, thanks.
Thank
This
you.
was
Thanks for
this was a culinary journey, that's for sure.
Very, very fun. I
I'd
enjoyed
say
it a lot.
Right to the Velveeta. Well, we're going to go to eat. You have a great time. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll get Danny back on, and maybe we'll do a whole Velveeta show. How's that? Velveeta and Miracle Whip.
And, yeah, absolutely. Peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches. We
I
can
have-
do that.
I'm
Fiddleheads.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Come on. Dandelion wine.
There you go.
And we'll have that.
Well, let's
Real
just
New
enjoy
England
this.
meal.
Cheers,
Thanks
brother.
a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, and till we see you again, see you on the next culinary journey. Now, this is what we do. All right. Good luck with it. Yeah, we have to.